Hey everyone, Tim with Collect Jurassic here with another Mattel Jurassic World toy unboxing. We're looking at the next wave of human and dinosaur 2-packs from Mattel for the Jurassic World Dominion toy movie line. There's been a couple waves before this. This is the third wave. I think technically there's a Maisie figure too, but that one I don't have my hands on yet. So we're just going to settle for these two today. We'll go ahead and unbox Owen and Parasaurolophus, as well as Dr. Ian Malcolm and Velociraptor. Also some Locusts in there too, which is really cool. I'm a big fan of the Locusts in the movie, so I'm glad we're getting a toy. Very glad, actually. So that's the that's what we're gonna be looking at today. Of course, we'll be unboxing them, doing some comparisons and some other figures, all that good stuff like we normally do. Pretty excited about it. I love new human figures for the Mattel line, and Malcolm, old Malcolm, I guess, is new, and Owen's a little bit different too. We'll see. He's got some interesting features too. So we'll go ahead and start with Owen and Parasaurolophus to begin with. See, the human packaging has been the same this year with the open front, so you can kind of look at the dinosaur. Also, the figure's always encased in plastic. It's got his rope back there too that we can get out, which is fun. The back just shows some action shots, shows how the scan tag works. You can see that the rest of the wave, it does include Maisie, Lystrosaurus, and another beta, as well as she's got a little satchel and a utility tool, or aka knife, as Mattel calls it. So that's what's on the box. A little Dominion logo. I'm gonna miss this logo. Next year I'm gonna miss it. I really like this simple Dominion circle logo they did for everything. But we're coming down here to the final Jurassic World Dominion figures. There's really not a lot left. So let's go ahead and open up Parasaurolophus here, as well as Owen. The figure's gonna pop right out. Owen is also going to more or less pop right out. Let me just get this out of here. Start to get it cut. Owen should pop out. There we go. All right. Hopefully I didn't mangle anything too bad. Oh, this the way they have this lasso on here is a little, whoa, it's a little weird. So yeah. There we go. Okay. It's taped in, and it's in plastic. Very thorough Mattel. Wouldn't want anyone stealing this lasso, I guess, right? So there we go. Let me go ahead and fix my table here so that we're not... There we go. All right. Thank you for staying with me there. All right. So, there's like pieces of plastic everywhere. Thing kind of exploded. We got Owen here, of course. We also have the Parasaurolophus. Let's go ahead and get a good look at these. The Owen figure is, it looks like it's all new figure. I'll grab another Owen here in a second, but he's got like the really bright blue denim jeans. He's got sort of a plaid-esque shirt. I would call it more stripes than plaid myself. He's got the duster coat, like the trench coat. He's got gloved hands, all that stuff. Not a Hammond collection articulation, but still it's got the range of motion on the legs and the knees. The boots are painted. A lot of paint on this figure, honestly. Same with the shoulders and the elbows. So you can do all kinds of cool tricks. Maybe you can even ride a horse. Then he's got his head that moves too. So yeah, it's got all the articulation you'd expect from a mainline 3 3/4 figure. Of course, he has this nifty lasso too. That's kind of already molded in place, but you should be able to just put it in his hand and have him I guess I'll do it this way, right? Whoosh, so you can lasso the dinosaur, right? Kind of cool. I'm sure any dinosaur head's gonna fit through this hole. But let's compare him to other Owens, because he's definitely unique. The first thing I notice is his face. He's got a much more defined beard and all that than some of the other Owen figures. For this year for Dominion, we have blue shirt Owen making a return. His hair's even light. The blue shirt Owen's hair is even a little bit lighter than Cowboy Owen over here. We also have the red shirt Owen, which is my favorite. So we already have these three. And yeah, you can just see the difference between their faces right there. I would say the likeness on this one is actually a little poorer. The beard is a lot more, he's got like a more of a beard. See, he's got like a beard that goes to his side, whereas the other ones are a little bit more clean shaven. So he's kind of like the bearded version of Owen, which maybe that kind of interacts with the likeness. I don't know. And his eyebrows are like really intense too, at least on the figure I have. Very intense. Owens. Other than that, he's the same. He's got the same jeans and all that stuff. They're molded differently, I guess. Yeah, they are different. Yeah, it's totally different. Different pairs of pants, completely different folds in them and all that stuff. So all in all, a totally different figure. And if I was wondering if the dust coat was kind of similar to Rain Delacourt's. So go ahead and put those next to each other. So we got both Westerners here in this scene now. Yeah, you can see their coats are actually totally different. Different collar styles, different buttons, different pockets and waves and stuff. So that's kind of fun that they gave these figures unique pieces versus like using the same parts of them. So makes it feel a little more deluxe. So we got both of our cowboy characters there, right? So that's Owen. Again, he's got the little, gotta have the lasso. I love the lasso. I gotta get a horse for him though, right? I mean, I feel like, what's the point of having Cowboy Owen if you're not gonna have a horse? And the Parasaurolophus that comes with them, it's got some wild colors, really cool colors actually. This is not the first Parasaurolophus we have of this. This one also came with the Roland Tembo Legacy Collection set. Same exact Parasaurolophus figure. Obviously different paint, but otherwise the same exact figure. Same, there it is. Same articulation with the head. It kind of just rotates back and forth. The arms rotate up and down, and the legs rotate up and down. One thing I didn't love about this figure is it's very cheap feeling. It's very light. It almost feels like a dog toy. Even like some of the smaller, regular attack pack figures still have some heft to them, but this thing is just very, very light, which kind of makes it feel a little cheaper. Obviously, the colors look great. It's got a cool sculpt. It looks like a suitable Parasaurolophus. I love the black eyes on this one, especially. That really helps kind of sell it as a living animal. But other than that, yeah, there's just not a lot going on, and it's so light that it feels a little cheap. But it does have that scan tag back there on the hip. For everyone that likes that, cast in green plastic to mold in. Really harsh paint cut off here at the tail. But it's got paint on the legs, which is definitely something, and just a lot of at least 3 different colors of paint on the figure, which again is really saying something, because not all Mattel figures have that much paint. So that's Owen and Parasaurolophus, kind of recreating that first scene from the movie. So pretty cool to get them for all this time again with Rain Delacourt, however you say it. Kind of a fun set to get alongside that one. Cowboy Owen and Parasaurolophus. That brings us to Dr. Ian Malcolm and Velociraptor, and of course those Locusts. Very excited to grab those. The packaging here is basically the exact same thing we looked at with Owen and Parasaurolophus. You got the figures on the back. You got the Locust. Looks like he's fighting him too, which is pretty fun. On the scan tag, all the way that works, all explained over and over again. But if you've been collecting toys this year, you're already familiar with that, right? So we'll go ahead and get Velociraptor out, followed by Malcolm. Let's see if we can get Malcolm out. I'm going to do something a little different this time. I'm just going to peel back this blister versus trying to get fancy and use my blade. I feel like that always makes a bigger mess than I save. All right, got his little stun baton out. Gonna get him out next. And then I gotta get those bugs. Come on, Locust. My favorite part of this, for sure. Oh, yes, they're so cool. Oh, my gosh. Wait till you see these up close. We got the Velociraptor, of course. And then we got Malcolm here. Let's take a look at Malcolm first. Or old Malcolm, as I'll call him. Definitely looks a lot better than the product photos that we first saw. One thing I've noticed about both of these figures that we just opened, the elbow joints look different. Like they're more open, and they let you do more articulation, it seems. I don't know. I've been obviously looking closely at these figures as I've opened them through this year, but these ones have like a much more open elbow joint, which allows for some more articulation, which I think is cool. But yeah, he's got the same articulation as Owen with the arms and the legs and the hip and the head. But yeah, paint-wise, he's got like his base black suit that we're used to, but he's also got the brown coat on. So kind of that dark brown coat, that classic Malcolm look, right? But if you look at his head, you can see he's got little painted on glasses. His hair's gray, and honestly, it's a fantastic likeness. I think. The first kind of photos we saw this, I wasn't convinced, but he definitely feels a lot more like Malcolm, especially considering how small these figures are at 3 3/4, that they're able to pack that much detail into it. So now we got old Malcolm at last. He can join old Grant, right? Which is awesome. We're still missing Ellie, but hopefully she's on the way. And then we can finally have the old main cast members reunited once again, which is super fun. So we got at least two out of 3 old ones. I did want to do a little comparison to the Legacy Collection Malcolm. I wasn't going to do the Hammond Collection one. I feel like that's not a fair fight. But this is supposed to be another, basic version of Malcolm. Granted, when he's younger, so we have him younger and older. You can see just how cartoony this Legacy Collection version looks, whereas this looks very much like photo scan of his face. He looks a lot more accurate, I think. But they both have the same sort of like outfit on, which is kind of cool. Both tall action figures, kind of next to their other action figures. So give Malcolm through the years, right? He also comes with the shock baton, a little bit of dark paint on it with electricity. It's the same one that that came with the mercenary from Fallen Kingdoms. Literally the exact same piece, I think. Yeah. Is it? Yeah, they're identical. They're just painted different. I thought for a second one was longer, but no. They're literally the exact same. This is the Fallen Kingdom one. It has 2 different grays on it. This one's painted one color of dark gray. But they have that really cool translucent blue on top, which I think is kind of fun. And I was always wondering, why did he come with this? But now when I've seen the movie, the ladies use the batons to shock it. So this would have been a better Ellie accessory, I think, having her with some bugs. I mean, he should have come with like a spear or something, like a flaming spear, but they're trying to reuse a piece, I'm guessing. So they use this stun baton, but stun baton is cool, especially if you're a collector like me. It's nice to have a couple stun batons to fight dinosaurs with. We're getting to the bugs, don't worry. Let's look at the Velociraptor that comes with this. Kind of random, right? There's not any random Velociraptors in the movie. There's literally Blue and Beta, and that's it, and the Cross Raptors. But this gave us this cool green one, which he has really cool colors. I really like his patterning back here. Reminds me of the Myasuchosaurus a little bit. He's got paint that goes all the way down to his tail, even. All the way down. All the way up his head. And the bottom claws are painted, which is more than you can say for a lot of figures nowadays from Mattel. So they got some extra paint in the budget here. It's got some really nice articulation. The head, obviously moves around and looks behind it. The arms just move back and forth. The legs move just back and forth. He's also got the scan code back there above his legs. So I like that pose. That's a cool pose. This is a cool Raptor figure. It's not a new mold, right? I love the eyes. But it's a cool one because it's just a really accurate representation of the Jurassic Raptor. And we haven't got very many like this particular sculpt. If you're thinking, oh no, we've got a bunch of this year, you're probably thinking of like this sculpt that Blue comes in, and a couple other releases of the Raptor have this sculpt. And they are very similar, I'll give you that. They have the same body and the same head as far as articulation goes, but the hands are definitely different, for one. They're posed differently. Blue kind of has her elbow more crooked, more bent, and this one has it posed a little bit differently. The wrist is posed down, so very subtle difference there. I don't expect a lot of people to catch that. But the tail length is the big one. The tail length on this figure that I just opened for Malcolm is way longer than the other one. Way longer. I don't know if you can see it, if I can make it obvious on camera, but it's way longer. It's a good maybe ½ inch longer at least than the standard release Raptor tail, which I think makes all the difference. I mean, this guy, when you put him to the side, he looks ridiculous. His tail's way too short. Whereas this guy, you put it over here, and I mean, some people will probably still say his tail's too short, but it's definitely longer than Blue here. So I appreciate that little slight difference. Otherwise, it's literally the same Raptor. This is really the same kind of mold. Extreme Damage has the same tail. Sorry, excuse me. Same arms and all that. So it's this. If you have this figure and you love this sculpt, it's the exact same sculpt as that one. That extra long tail makes all the difference. It's just a cool Raptor, though. It's a cool green Raptor. It's got kind of like reddish orange eyes, which I think are really fun too. So it's pretty cool. And I want to say it actually goes pretty well with this Raptor we got as part of the Camp Cretaceous packs. They almost feel like a little family, which I think is cool, like little wild jungle raptors. So I already have a really cool idea with that. So stay tuned for that one. But yeah, these guys definitely feel related, which is a fun little detail I noticed when I was checking these out. So that's the Velociraptor. Let's go ahead and check out the bugs. I don't know who else is excited about the bugs, but I'm very excited. I have a lot of different Mattel toys, a lot of Jurassic toys from the ages, but I don't have any Jurassic toy bugs. So we get 3 in this set. They're all the same. They're very small, but they have like this cool translucent green. And I want to say, no, I was going to say maybe there's like some flecks of plastic in here that give them texture, but I think it's just different density of green that makes them darker and lighter in certain spots. But they're really detailed. They have, 6 legs, obviously. They have a little locust head, and they have little locust wings back there. And they're big. I mean, if you put them next to a human figure, they're as big as they should be. And there's Malcolm zapping them. Get out of here. So you get 3 of these guys with this set. It's the only way to get them right now. I'd love for them to do minis at some point, like little bags of them. I would definitely buy, another 20 or 30. I'd love to get a bunch of these guys. Come on. Just like the movie. Maybe they'll make a Woo figure and he'll come with more. That'd be cool. But yeah, they're all the same. They're all green and translucent and fun little toys. Definitely one of the smallest Dominion toys released to date. But how fun is that? Look at these little locusts. That definitely is the highlight of the Malcolm set for me, besides the fantastic likeness on Malcolm. Definitely both of these. I love this set with the Raptor and Malcolm more. But this one's not bad with Owen and Parasaurolophus. It's a fun one too. I just like the bugs better. And I'm just not a big fan of this Parasaurolophus figure in the first place, but that's okay. All around, they're both great toys, and obviously adding more human figures to our growing human figure roster of Mattel Jurassic is always a welcome addition too. So really, really fun stuff. Again, these are just coming out. This is the Human Dinosaur Packs, Wave 3 technically, so be on the lookout for these, and also stay tuned for Maisie and Lystrosaurus and Beta. That's the final Dominion Human Pack for this year until we start hitting up Dino Tracker toys next year. But I think that's all I got. Again, I'm Tim to Collect Jurassic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.